Greetings and beautiful blessings to you, wonderful Crypto Bliss community. Welcome back to the show today. I have an incredible guest for you. He's from local sub-Saharan Africa, although he used to live in a beautiful space where crypto is now busy fighting for its rights. Today we have Before Crypto here with us, and we are excited to hear about his journey. Welcome back to welcome to the show, Before Crypto. I hope you are blessed and
Welcome. I'm
wonderful.
very glad to be here. Yes, I'm very glad to be on your show. I've watched a lot of videos and I'm very glad to be on your stream.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I've been watching some of your videos too, and you speak very, very wonderfully. I love your technical analysis and what you do. It looks as though you've got some really good experience that I'd love for you to share with the community. So we will be, of course, taking a look at those charts a little bit later. But let's
Yes.
start off with finding out about your journey and how you got into crypto. When was the first time that you got into crypto, and how did you get into it?
Actually, the first time I heard about crypto was actually in 2013. And I was actually playing these small cash games to earn Bitcoin. But at that time, I didn't have a clue what Bitcoin is. So I didn't hold on to these Bitcoin and I just left them on a PC and they got like lost forever. And then like 2018, I then heard back from crypto and started to invest in Bitcoin. Yeah. So it was around about 2018, 19. Yeah, and then COVID came, the major crash, and I lost my job. So I was working, but I was a chef before, so I didn't have to work like so I was just at home. So I was looking for a way to leverage my investment through working in the crypto space. Yeah, and that is actually the time when I reached out to DaVinci J15 and I was translating his content into German. So that is when I started out. Yeah.
Incredible. So, would you say that your journey really kicked off when you reached out to Da Vinci, or did it happen where you just started taking whatever kind of capital you had, dry powder you had on the side, and you just started investing that into crypto?
Yeah, I was a dollar cost averaging my way into crypto, and definitely in that regions, the dollar cost averaging grew a little bit, but it really kicked off all my knowledge about crypto because if you have to translate content each and every day and also YouTube videos, you directly learn. It is like a mentorship when you go through the process of watching this, or you have to watch the videos and understand them to translate them. And that is where I gained all my knowledge about charting and also the fundamental values about crypto.
Incredible. So I have no doubt that you've learned an extraordinary amount from Da Vinci. I mean, he bought Bitcoin at what,
Yeah.
60, I think he said 67 cents or 68 cents, somewhere
Yeah,
there.
it was 67 cents. And he made this famous video at $1, which also got deleted back in 2011, and then he re-uploaded it in 2013.
I mean, if he's been in the space for long and you've essentially had a relationship with him for 5, 6, 7 years odd, you must have learned an exceptional amount from the man through the journey of, I mean, because he's one of the oldest players in the space, essentially, investors.
Yes, definitely. I started the translation around about 2020, so
Okay.
it was around 3 years now, and I'm still working with him. But the knowledge that he has, being in the cycles from so early on, he like has a huge knowledge because he's been through a lot of cycles, and definitely.
What is the one most important valuable piece of information that you have learned from Da Vinci through his experience that has come through and shined through in your personal trading?
The fundamental values about Bitcoin and holding on to your Bitcoin. Don't try to trade your Bitcoin to make too much profit because it really is the dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin because there's a lot of FOMO where a lot of people sell their Bitcoin at a certain range because the fear is too much in the market just to hold on to your Bitcoin and see the real value of Bitcoin.
Incredible. That's a very valuable lesson, community. I hope you guys are going to subscribe to Before Crypto because his channel is growing just as fast. And he is, as you can see, got lots of experience and he's learning from one of the top investors in the crypto space. So do not miss out on the opportunity to subscribe to his channel and go ahead and see what he has to share there too. And make sure while
Yes,
you're doing
definitely.
that, you are clicking our links down below so that you can come and trade with us. You can learn from Before Crypto,
Definitely.
you can learn from us. Let's do this together. It's a crypto community. So,
Yes, and it's a win-win. Win-win, and you get reduced fees. And it's also what crypto is about. Crypto is about the community, to support each other, to change the world, because Bitcoin is changing the world, and we also have to unite and stand together. And that is also what I like about crypto, is there's no battle between the communities and also the influencers. We work together and support each other, like in this video now.
absolutely. And this is where we do collaborations together, where we bring different crypto community individuals or YouTubers that have different insights and different perspectives of the space as well. Before Crypto has got lots of experience that he's learning from his own journey, plus the journey with Da Vinci and some of the other beautiful YouTubers across the space. Myself too, I've come a long way in crypto, and I am here to stay for the long run for you guys. And I have no doubt you are too, Before Crypto.
Yes, definitely.
You've made a statement there that we haven't seen anybody in the crypto space kind of clashing. Although we just recently have obviously seen one with some of the biggest YouTubers. What are your views on that incident, and what do you feel that's kind of happened in that space?
You're not talking about the BitBoy situation or crypto or us, and
BitBoy situation. You know, cryptos are us. That's something a little bit new, and I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. But of course, BitBoy is the biggest that we've obviously heard about in the crypto space at the moment. So, what are your views on that?
it's a real tough situation. But I think like what went on there, how the company handled the whole situation was definitely not correct. And also all the arguments that BitBoy sometimes had like coins that he pushed, which were like pump and dumps, or like he profited from it. I think I see it in a different light, because everybody has to take these videos with a grain of salt and do all their own research, because you don't want to invest like in a coin which like has a lot of supply, and so you have to do your own due diligence and your research before you invest. But definitely it was not correct how the company handled the whole situation. Yeah.
I think that's the perfect way to describe it. And, you know, we don't, us as fellow cryptopians, we don't really need to be kind of exponentially commenting on these things because it's got nothing to do with us at the end of the day. We're here in our communities, running our own channels and doing our own things and collaborating with people that actually want to be part of the space, that are like-minded about the things that they're doing. We've got nothing really to argue about or debate about, other than in a very healthy way. So, bringing me to
Yes.
the debating side of things, obviously, I would say between Da Vinci and Michael Saylor, we obviously have two of the biggest bullish members in the crypto space. What are your thoughts about what this pump over the weekend has to do in relation to the way that those two communicate and speak about Bitcoin? And please add your own perspectives of where Bitcoin is going over the next couple months or years, and where that may we see some volatility between now and then that may dump us a little bit, or are we going to see a continuation of the trend that we have currently been seeing?
Yeah, I think to this positive ETF news, we had this major fake out, this major fake news about the ETF. But this is like what is going to happen if the ETF really gets approved. We will see a major godlike handle. But yes, I think we're going to see some manipulation, because the big institutions are entering the market, so they will FOMO the market. So I think at the moment it's a lot of FOMO because of the bullish news we have in the markets. this fake pump, and a lot of people are buying at the moment. But I think the institutions in the major worlds are going to play it. So I think we're going to see a pump, and then the markets are going to be quite volatile before the halvening. So I could expect that we're going to see some major moves before the halvening, which could include Bitcoin going to like 50K and then coming all the way back down to like maybe 25K or even 20K and moving back all the way to 30K. So I think it's going to be volatile because all these major institutions, they need to load up on Bitcoin. And for that, they will need to move the price and also the whales. They want to reaccumulate before the halvening because, I mean, the halvening is going to be our most bullish case. And compared that, and also in combination with the ETF, I think it's going to be a major move. So definitely some major volatility before that.
Okay. So are those your two kind of your two narratives for the bull cycle, or do you believe that we've already started the bull cycle and reached a bottom at the moment?
Yes. Yes, I think we have reached the bottom. And I think the lows of 15K, they won't be reached anymore.
Wonderful.
So I could maybe, my worst case scenario is going to be the 20K, but this is going to be a real brief moment. So we're going to hit the 20K and then move straight back up, like we saw in the COVID crash, where we came all the way back down to 4.5. So I don't expect this crash at the moment, because also with the global uncertainty and global crisis at the moment with Israel and so, gold and Bitcoin are actually like a safe haven. And that's why I think why we are also seeing this bullish case at the moment.
Incredible.
So I wouldn't expect the dump now. Rather, first go up to 40K and then expect maybe a retracement down to 20K.
Oh, I love that. That is a very, very valuable insight. I actually feel the same. My target personally is about 38K. So it's very good to hear that our mindset is along the same lines. I do believe we'll probably have a hard rejection from that point too. Like you said, it could be manipulation too. So I'm very grateful to see that our minds are aligned in the price action that Bitcoin may see. So I mean, obviously November and December being some of the largest returns in Bitcoin's monthly history, what are your views kind of at December? What do you believe when we tick over December to January, December 31st to January 1st? What do you think the price would be around that time for the community only? No financial advice, everybody.
Well, you're talking now from the beginning of January, where the price is like in January.
Yes. What do you think the price would
At,
be on the 1st of January?
Round about 40K, I think.
40K. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay. Cool. So I want to know from you, through everything that you've been through in the space, is there like some sort of advice without any kind of financial advice to the community? Is there any sort of advice that you would recommend to newbies coming into the crypto space I mean, obviously you've got a lot of experience in the space. What would be the top two,
Yes.
three things?
So the number one thing is going to be really focus on dollar cost averaging. So it means to like just take a certain amount and invest it on a certain time schedule, weekly, daily, monthly, because with this manipulation that is coming, this is going to be the best. So your entries, you can spread them out and you maybe reach an entry at 20K or even at 25K, supposingly that you're going to take a huge amount or like all your investment now and deploy it at 30K. So this wouldn't be a good investment. So you would just spread it out or even just spread it out in $100 and like just dollar cost average in certain ranges.
Wonderful.
And that is going to be my number one advice, and to just hold on to all this manipulation and just take your investment that you can afford to lose. So don't go overboard and just small amounts, because these small amounts can really be life-changing.
Did you hear that, community? Absolute life-changing. Small amounts can get you a long way, whether it's $10, $50, $100, $1,000. It's right now, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting yourself some Bitcoin. And I'd like to ask you before crypto, what would you say? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of talk about fractions of Bitcoin versus having one whole Bitcoin. My personal thoughts to the community is to at least get to one Bitcoin. And we know that because there's such a limited supply, that not everybody in the world will be able to have that one Bitcoin. So what would you recommend to a newbie that say doesn't have a lot of money, that's really kind of started off like yourself and myself, where there's not a lot of money, but we're doing our best to put that or dollar cost average into the position? How much Bitcoin do you say that they should accumulate before the halving coming up? Because at that point, they're probably not going to be able to buy much Bitcoin beyond that, right?
Yeah. Yes. So the ultimate goal should be to hold one Bitcoin. For some people, it won't be realizable, but some people always argue that they've missed the boat and they can't hold one Bitcoin anymore, which is not true, because if you even just hold like 0.1 Bitcoin, which is not a whole Bitcoin, but if you take the 0.1 Bitcoin and reinvest your Bitcoin into altcoins that are at the bottom at the moment, you can reach this one Bitcoin very quick with only your initial 0.1 Bitcoin investment. Because if you invest your 0.1 Bitcoin and it goes up to 40K, and you take this 0.1 Bitcoin and reinvest it into smaller altcoins, maybe say, so if you're going to take like 50% of your Bitcoins and reinvest them in altcoins, and they like make a 10x or even a 20x, you can reach this Bitcoin. So that is where it comes, where only small amounts can like really be life-changing. Because if you reinvest your profits from Bitcoin, you can reach this one Bitcoin very quick.
Incredible. I love that strategy. I do it personally as well. But obviously we haven't had that typical volatility back up to the all-time highs to kind of do that. But like you're saying,
Yeah.
10, 20x, it will get you to that point. So with that being said, for people that are watching this, I think that is one of the most incredible strategies that I've personally learned over this year. But for those that, first of all, don't want to trade, don't know how to trade, but they just want to invest, what would and they don't look at the charts, they don't look at anything, they're just hodling. What would your advice to that kind of person be to be able to accumulate that one or more Bitcoin?
So you have to diversify your investment. Look at smaller cap altcoins, like also in different narratives, like in the gaming, or also AI, and also learn to trade. And the biggest thing to learn when trading, or like when you are day trading, is to take profits. That is the number one advice, because that is going to be fundamental. Because if you're not willing to take profits, if you open a trade and you're going to close it in a loss, you won't make it trading. So even if you start with a small amount, take $1 profit, or like at $10. Don't go for $100, because on the way up, you'll get manipulated and then you are in a loss. So the first step is going to be, when you are trading, the number one step is learn how to take profits and don't be greedy.
Incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
And for me, that has been a very hard lesson. I mean, I personally have been trading Forex for maybe about 12, 13 years. And I won a lot, but I also lost a lot because I didn't take profits. So that's a very, very valuable lesson to the community. The greed factor can really affect your emotions in trading, and it can affect your trading and your psychology in trading. And that's why in trading, the number one rule, well, besides for don't lose money, is to keep your emotions separate from the technical analysis, which is what I'd like before crypto to share with the community in a few moments. We will get there. Obviously, through all that you've learned, you have a huge amount of experience. So you're, if I may say where you're from, is that okay?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So before cryptos from Namibia, as you guys know, in my community, I'm from South Africa. South Africa is right at the tip of the bottom of Africa, and Namibia is just up to the left-hand side where you are facing when you're facing the maps. He lives in an incredibly beautiful place, Swakopmund, which is technically on the ocean, and it is one of the most beautiful places on this continent and probably on this earth. What made you decide to leave Europe to basically come and live in Namibia, down here in sub-Saharan Africa? And did you use crypto to help you shift your life through all of this?
So first of all, I came back to Namibia because my roots are here. I've been born here, raised here, went to school, and I went abroad to study, and I stayed there. And first of all, we had a lot of political stress in Europe with Ukraine, and that also led me to come back where because I wanted my kids to grow up in Africa where I also grew up. So crypto wasn't the main focus, but it also was one of the reasons why I came here. Yes, definitely.
Incredible. I'd like to ask you, do you have any sort of crypto events happening in Namibia? And do you know of other, I like to call us cryptopians. Are there any other cryptopians around in Namibia that you are aware of or that you socialize with?
Not so much, more like into Forex, but I think the nearest is like South Africa and all the communities that gather up there. So Namibia, not so much, more like concentrated on Forex at the moment.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, I really hope there will be a lot more crypto events here in South Africa. I haven't seen many happening lately. They're mostly just the exchanges that are really just hosting kind of get-togethers to onboard
Yeah.
new clients, really. So I really hope that we can get some more events here. Maybe we can hook up at some point and maybe create a crypto event here in South Africa. That could be quite fun. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, very awesome.
Also maybe Ran
Yes.
from Crypto Banter, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Have you communicated with Rand lately? And obviously,
No, not yet.
no.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to. I went to their offices in September when I was down in Cape Town, but they were very busy, and unfortunately, I couldn't get to see them. They had a lot, and they were traveling over to Singapore at that time, so it was a little bit difficult. But it's all good. We will definitely hook up with them, and let's create a crypto event here in South Africa, and let's make this big
Yeah,
because
definitely.
crypto is huge. It's expanding. Tell me, I think we have 4% or something like that now of the world's population in crypto.
Yeah, thanks around about that.
Yeah, something like that. And make no mistake that obviously, I mean, you would probably see this as well, is that a lot of people want to get rich quick. So they tend to go for the more volatile, risky cryptos. And those are the altcoins. And, obviously, both of us speak heavily about Bitcoin on our channels because Bitcoin is the king of crypto. I would like you, please, before crypto, to maybe share one, two, or three different altcoins that you would like to share with the community that you believe have fundamental um, or exponential growth ahead of it, and why you believe that those projects would have growth. And happy for you to share some charts if you have any charts for us, please.
Okay, sure. So yeah, first of all, this is a chart of Bitcoin. Yes, I invest in Bitcoin, but I also hold a lot of altcoins. But it is always key to take your profits and put them into Bitcoin because you don't want to be holding dollars or altcoins for long. So that's why taking profits in Bitcoin is a really best
Okay.
thing to do. So I
Incredible.
think a big narrative, is going to be gaming, and that is now Gala. A Gala coin, it has done quite a lot and has been through quite a lot, but I think it's going to be a good investment to let me just check. Oh, the screen share. Okay. Through investing at the bottom here, because like the returns are going to be astronomical. Towards the all-time high, we could see a move of 3,500%. So yes, definitely. I would invest a small amount into Gala, because I think the gaming narrative is going to really kick off. And also a big narrative, I think, is going to be AI coins like GRT and also Singularity. So AI is also going to be one of the narratives that I think is going to really perform good, because we can see we have this long downward sloping trend on some of all the altcoins, and especially like the AI coins, they came down quite a lot after they had like this massive run in the year 2021. So if we're going to see, and I think we are going to see the narrative of AI continue, because it's only the beginning, and like coins like GRT, they are like really going to explode. And just towards the all-time high, that is going to be our price target. But if we're going to break the all-time highs, we could expect like a massive move. Like for instance, we could expect like GRT to come at least to like the 15 US dollar level. And this would be like 18,000%. Wow. So the opportunities are good. And that is also like key thing. Don't go all in and invest like your life savings in these coins, because you can see the percentage gains. And with small amounts, that already can be life-changing. Because if you put 100 US dollars in GRT and it goes up these 18,000%, I mean, that's a great investment. And that put into Bitcoin, because if we're going to see the altcoins rally, we normally see that Bitcoin is in a sideways or in a downwards trend in correlation to the altcoins. So that is going to be a good trade, because if you're going to trade it GRT versus Bitcoin, you're definitely going to have a good entry point. Incredible. So, and also with AI, we could see the data coins have a real push towards the upside, because AI and data goes hand in hand. So my biggest like gem is Filecoin, because Filecoin has been around for a long time. And if like we could expect, like if the narrative of AI and like data coins are going to continue, then Filecoin maybe could see a massive pump towards the upside, because it like really was struggling for a very long time. And this would be a major move towards the upside. And of course, at the moment, it's not hard to pick altcoins, because if we go in the top 10 of all these altcoins, if you invest a small amount now, we could really see a major move. Because if we also look like a Dogecoin, I also think Dogecoin has a big potential through Elon Musk and all the influence of Elon Musk, and also in cooperation maybe with X. This could be a real big move. So if we're going to compare Bitcoin with all the altcoins, then we can see that Bitcoin reached the previous lows from the bull market, which is round about here for Dogecoin. So Bitcoin saw this move all the way to this major pre-bull, to this major support that we had from the previous bull market. So we could expect, if Bitcoin is going to break the 31,000, that all these altcoins are going to see this next leg up to this major resistance that we had from the previous bull market. So all the altcoins are lagging behind a little bit. So investing now at these bottoms is going to be a good opportunity. And don't FOMO in if the market just starts to FOMO up.
You heard that? Don't FOMO in if it's already breaking trend. Okay.
Yeah.
Buy where it is on the support zones, because that is your best possible entry that you could get. And as you can see there, that before crypto is, where he's showing us here, look at the amount of support that is on that area. It's a good time to buy Dogecoin and
yeah, definitely
other altcoins right now. So sure, that's an incredible. I mean, your chart. I love the way that you set your charts out. I think your charts are very nice and clean, and they're very to the point. And you obviously have a very specific narrative here. I want to ask you: are you invested in any very high risk altcoins at all?
Yeah, I think my most high risk is going to be Shiba Inu.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Shiba.
that's about my. I I got in like really early, so yeah,
Okay.
that's like really, really my high risk because there's no big fundamental value behind it. It's just a meme coin driven. Yeah, they have Shibarium, which is like a metaverse, but I wouldn't count that as major fundamental value.
Okay. So you don't
But I
believe.
definitely, but I definitely think through all this hype in the FOMO in the next bull market, we will definitely see something like this again unfold. That we can see some major move towards the upside. It is definitely not going to reach $1.
No, I actually, on one of my videos on Shiba, I said the same thing. I said, I mean, for it to reach $1, I mean, you'd probably have to hit an $80 trillion market cap, which is not going to
Yeah,
happen. Yeah. So,
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
look, how many candles is that? That's one, two, three, four, five candles, and this is the weekly chart. So that literally happened in 1 month. It
Yeah,
pumped and then it completely obliterated and dumped from there. I mean, it literally went all the way
exactly.
back down to its entry level. So, guys, this is what we're trying to show you on the channel and this video. So we hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. And if you are, make sure to subscribe to our channels. Go subscribe to Before Crypto. Go subscribe to Crypto Bliss and hit our links down below so that you guys can get yourself some incredible bonuses. There's a Bitflex link and a Bybit link that you guys can use to trade and come and you can buy it on spot. You can buy it with derivatives. But if you're trading with leverage, please be careful. Start off with very, very low leverage, 1 to 3x. Don't go 20x because it's risky at this point. Like Before Crypto was saying, there is a possibility of a potential dump that could come in at any point, and that would probably crash some of these altcoins 30-50% quite quickly. So please be careful when you are trading. Before Crypto, I love your charts.
Yes.
I love where you've come from. I love your journey. And I think the work that you are doing is absolutely incredible. I really am so excited to meet you in person. I would love to set up an incredible event here with you here in South Africa. And certainly, this has been such a beautiful and enlightening collaboration for our communities. I would like to ask you if there are any last words you would like to share with the crypto community or our communities.
Yes, definitely. Support our channels because then we are motivated to bring you even more content and more collaborations where you can just diversify your knowledge because that is really important to like look at different narratives and to different opinions to make your own opinion to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and really make sure to dollar cost average into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going nowhere.
Absolutely. It is here to stay for the long run. I truly appreciate your time, your
Yes.
energy, and your views and your knowledge and your expertise for the community. We look forward to having you back on. Hopefully, it will be very soon. Thank you for being with us
Yes,
here today.
definitely. Thank you for having me. See you next time.
See you later. Take
Bye.
care. Cheers,
Bye.
brother.